Aloha interwebs, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know. Oh, we're well, you wouldn't turn on the sheet at me, but we're going to Movie Tavern.
Movie Tavern. Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Sorry, interwebs. We had to figure out how where we were going to go see a movie at. Today is Sunday, and we're going to go watch a movie for the Monday review. The day you guys will be seeing this. And we are going to go see the new Dredd reboot. Do believe it came out last weekend. I'm not 100% sure. But there's a handful of things out that I wouldn't mind going to see. I'm just not in the mood for it. Like, you know, the Clint Eastwood movie, even though it has Amy Adams in it. And it's that Gyllenhaal cop movie. I wouldn't mind seeing them. It's just not really in the mood for it. So I actually heard a lot of mixed reviews about this Dredd reboot. That kind of makes me curious about seeing it myself. So off to the theater we go to see the Dredd reboot. And even the original movie with Sylvester Stallone in it, I'll put the trailer in it so you guys can see kind of what that was all about if you never saw that version of this. It was more, I think, based on the comic book series than most other movies that come out in this comic book genre. But I wasn't a follower of that comic book. I really enjoyed the art, but it wasn't really the style I was into back when it came out. So I'm not 100% up on the actual storyline, other than what was utilized in the Sylvester Stallone version of the movie. So I'm not really expecting it to, or looking for it to kind of be an awesome version of the comic book, because it's my understanding that the Stallone version wasn't a page for page type of remake of the comic book. But there's pretty much no way that I'll be able to watch this movie and not basically compare it to the last movie. And this being a reboot of it, it's not going to kind of continue any of the storylines that were originally opened up in the Sylvester Stallone movie. So from what I can tell, special effects and visually, it's supposed to be a pretty awesome flick. And as far as the story goes, it sounds an awful lot like some other kinds of stories. So I guess we'll just have to see. Just from what I've heard, from what I gathered from trailers, and just a little bit from what other people have talked about, it sounds like New Jack City to me. So I guess we're gonna have to find out if the new Judge Dredd is actually New Jack City or not. So let's go check it out. We've made it to the Movie Tavern. Yes, this is probably going to be the last movie we see in the theater for a little while, because the baby could literally drop any day now. So we'll be quite busy with that. So this better be good.
Manufacturing base for all the slow-mo in Mega City 1.
You know how often we get a judge up in peace trees? Well, you got one now. She has control of everything. Levels 1 to 200.
This is Mama. Somewhere in this block are two judges.
That's not good.
I want him dead.
We're gonna have to go through him. Rookie, you ready?
Yeah.
You look ready.
Alrighty, interwebs. That was Dredd. Let me start off by saying that I enjoyed this movie. I liked it. It's, like I said, not having read too many of the Judge Dredd comic books, you get that very, gritty, stylized feeling from just flipping through and looking at the art from the graphic novels and the comic books for Judge Dredd. And I think that this movie grasp that that concept much better than the original movie. It was made by Sylvester Stallone. This being a reboot, I would have to say that this is a much better version of the movie coming to life as a, from the pages of a comic book than I would have to say the original one was. The original movie was kind of campy and had a, it had Rob Schneider in it, so that it had this, comic relief aspect that I always felt was really out of place in that film. I don't think that it needed it. I think the Judge Dredd character, kind of the way that Sylvester Stallone played it, a little over the top, was enough to kind of have that light feeling in the movie. You didn't need it just got really cheesy. Sometimes this is a much more gritty, kind of realistic version, if you will, of the movie, and I think that of the comic book rather, and I think that it's a much more kind of honest portrayal of the characters as compared to the comic book than the original one was. So I definitely like this one more than the Sylvester Stallone version of the character, and I actually had a good time watching it. It's not a nobody's gonna win an Oscar in this particular movie, but I mean, for a shoot 'em up, blow 'em up, movie, if that's the kind of thing that you find entertaining, which I do, then this was a very decent shoot 'em up, blow 'em up movie. It was fun to watch, and it was actually really kind of easy to get invested in the characters. I think that they were portrayed very well. Carl Urban did awesome. I usually like most of the stuff that he does. Anyways, I mean, I'm a fan of his. So knowing that he was going to play the role, and although from the trailers I kind of get that he was kind of going for the same kind of gruff, like voice-wise, anyways, the same thing that Sylvester Stallone kind of ended up doing. But I think Carl pulls it off a whole lot better. It was a fun, visually very stimulating. The special effects were awesome, and the setting, the setting of the city and the setting design was very, very interesting. Enough to kind of bring you into these characters and kind of understand where they're coming from. And Olivia Thirlby, who was the training officer in this movie, I think she did a really good job. And the way that she played her character, and the way Carl Urban played the Dredd character, they play off of each other really well. So it's not just, it's basically good cop, bad cop. It's a cop movie without being a buddy cop movie. So I had a good time in this one. It was enjoyable. It was fun to watch visually, and the story wasn't so, sometimes these movies have just such a horrible, horrible storyline. And although, like I did mention that I just from the previews and reading some initial things, I kind of got this New Jack City feel from it because of the way that the gang takes over the city block, which is what they did in New Jack City. But it's a completely different kind of movie. So I think I kind of changed my mind about that as I was watching the movie. So I didn't get got caught up too much in, oh, this storyline is just like that storyline, and there's a little bit of this story too. So as its own movie, it has merit as an action movie. I wouldn't want to fight Carl Urban, and I don't know if I've gone over this in too much detail in past movies, but basically I don't believe that you deserve to be an action hero if I could whip your ass. If I can beat you up, I don't think you deserve to be an action hero. So if I apply that to a lot of the things that, when action movies come out, I'm just like, that guy, really? He's going to be a superhero? Affleck, I'm talking to you. I kind of apply that to this. And Carl Urban always, even like, like Lord of the Rings, like Riddick. I've never wanted to fight him. Doom. I don't want to fight that guy. Him as playing, the Dr. McCoy from the new Star Trek movie. I'd maybe fight Dr. McCoy, but I wouldn't want to meet Carl Urban in a dark alley. He's a big dude. He's just kind of scary looking. So I thought he did a great job. Visually, it's awesome. I think you should go check it out for yourself. It's definitely one of those You know, if you're looking for an action movie, a blow 'em up kind of thing, not really looking for anybody to kind of steal your heart with an Oscar-winning portrayal of their character, yeah, this is a good enough movie for you to check out in the movie theater. But that's just my 2 cents, interwebs. Anyways, thanks for stopping by the channel. I appreciate you guys coming by. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up or thumbs down, and leave a comment below if you think I'm full of crap. All 20 of you guys who are going to watch this thing. I hope it's 20. It wasn't quite 20 last time. Peace out, interwebs.